From around the world is on the line. Let's see if we can find his number here. I'm looking. Give me 1 second. This could be him. Is this Mike from around the world?
Yes, it is. How you doing, Pastor Paul?
I'm doing great. Blessed, highly favored. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing very, very good today. Very good today.
Wow. I got to ask you. I mean, did you see this latest sinkhole that just opened up in Russia?
Yeah, actually, I caught that at the beginning of your show, and yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
I mean, and I'm going to show that as we're talking about it. Now, this is not the same as those other two over there in the Yamal Peninsula, the end of the world. You know, those two, you can tell something come up out of the ground because the earth was coming up. But this one, this is definitely a sinkhole, isn't it?
Yeah, that one actually, you can see the crust, and underneath that crustal layer is just nothingness. You know, I have to add that the crust of the earth is extremely fragile these days, and underneath part of the underneath our feet is very active, but the crust of the earth has become extremely fragile.
Mike, when you say that, I mean, what do you mean? Is there like caverns open up or what?
Well, I won't go into too much detail, but the underneath our feet, underneath the earth, underneath the crust, it shouldn't be. It's not a hidden fact that a lot of construction has been done deep inside the earth, not to the earth's core, but deep inside the earth. And things are happening under there. Ancient things are being interacting and so forth, and it's quite a few things happening under our feet. The earth is also undergoing a strange type of vibration, and I may add that it's also affecting the other planets. And I don't understand why no one is talking about this, because the planets are having storms of such magnitude that nobody can understand what's happening.
Now, which planets are doing it? Mars, Saturn?
Well, we have Jupiter, we have Neptune, Saturn, Uranus. All of them are having storms of magnitude, and it's coming closer inside the solar system where we are.
And oh, by the way, the sun is very violent. I mean, let's face it, the solar flares, the CME ejections that are, you know, and the earth is the extreme. I mean, whoever heard of 6 foot of snow in mid-November? You know, this is insane.
Yes, it is. And you know what? The Middle East is not immune. And we know last year they had severe snowstorms. They're going to have worse this year. Maybe that's why Jesus said, pray that your flight not be in winter, neither on the Sabbath.
Wow.
Because the winter months in Israel are November through March, I believe.
Yeah, that's about right.
And that's the rainy season, the deep rainy season,
right, where
parts of the Middle East are impassable. It's almost like a warning he gave us.
You know something, and when I'm sitting there thinking about this, I got to ask you, Russia. All right, we got the two big pits that look like certainly something come out of it. I mean, the Bible says that, you know, Satan, the angel from the bottomless pit is going to come out of this thing. Demon spirits are going to be released. This is in the Word. You can read it. And we see those two. We see this one that just happened here just in the last few hours over in Russia. That sinkhole, it swallowed a house. It's gone. Gone. Where'd it go? It's gone. And it might have swallowed more than that because this information was just breaking as I was getting ready to go on the air. But what about a few days ago, there was a flash. It was not just a flash. The whole sky over in Siberia, Russia, over near this one town, the whole sky lit up yellow, red, and brilliant white. And the brilliant white was so bright that the entire nighttime turned to day. It was brighter than day, and it lasted 11 seconds, yet there was no noise, no explosion, no sonic boom, nothing. Mike, what can do that?
You know, Pastor, it's I know a lot of people think it's they think it's the multitude of things. I would say they have to look into the weaponry, but because of the colors, you said yellow and red, correct?
Yellow, red, and brilliant white. Yes.
Brilliant white. Okay, here's something people need to know. First of all, in the early '80s, Russia developed the first handheld laser weapon.
Okay.
Now, this is in the early '80s.
Okay.
Okay, and they were to be used by the cosmonauts in outer space.
Okay.
So when they went to space, they wanted them armed with laser weapons, handheld laser weapons. Now, that shouldn't make sense to anybody, first of all. Second of all, in the early '90s, the Army's Missile Command, they developed a tunable laser system. And when it's fired, it emits, when it reaches its target, it emits yellow, orange, and red. When it intercepts its target, it begins to incinerate it, which turns to a brilliant white with no noise. It's almost like it vaporizes it.
Okay, so in other words, so let's say the target was a missile or a plane, and this handheld laser weapon hits its target, and it doesn't blow it up like a Tomahawk missile would do, but it literally vaporizes it to the point that there's no sound, and the object is gone. It just gets cremated in some type of 11 seconds. You're saying that is potentially a weapon? Who? Are you saying Russia? It's in Russia. This happened in Russia. Are you saying they may have a weapon that can do this?
It's important to note, again, in the early '80s, the Soviet Union had the first handheld laser weapon.
Okay.
Despite their economic challenges, they never stopped developing these weapons platforms, which spawned the United States, in particular, Northrop Grumman, to have a contract to begin to develop laser systems that could counter the Russians' highly advanced laser systems. They had highly advanced laser systems in the early '80s, established, tested, and deployed. Pastor, they have gone far beyond what anybody thinks.